Hey there, varriablast. Looking over your video a couple of times and just thinking about things, the biggest thing that comes to my mind is cultural shift. And I think that, as I talked about in my first video, that I think it's going to take a cultural shift. And as an example from my first video, in a couple of generations from now, when everybody's mixed race, I think that at that point the culture will have shifted enough that it could be possible that the N-word could take on your definitions. And I think that that would be really cool. The idea that that big sting could be taken out because the culture has shifted enough and accepted it enough. Like a current example of a cultural shift to redefine a word would be marriage. As noted in Fact vs. Religions, It Gets Better video, as illustrated, the word marriage, still in some areas where the culture has not shifted yet, the definition in those areas where culture has not shifted, marriage is defined as a union between one man and one woman. But in those states and in those nations where the culture has shifted, Canada, the Netherlands, South Africa, Massachusetts, Iowa, New Hampshire, Vermont, Connecticut, and a number of other places. I'm not getting them all. Because the culture has shifted there, marriage now means a union between two adults. It sucks that it's taking a long time. In the state I live in Ohio, marriage is between one man and one woman. But when my fiance and I go off and get married in a couple of years, we're going to a state where the definition of marriage has shifted so that we can have a marriage. Just like, or kind of like the word queer, it has taken on a new definition because the culture has shifted. Because the culture is so much more out and open, we've been able to take back that word. I also think that taking back a word is kind of another splitting point between our two ideas. You just want, from what I understand, correct me if I'm wrong, but you wanted to just give a new definition or several new definitions to a word. Whereas from how I see taking back, it's a community, a group who is affected by that word, taking that word within themselves and telling other people who would use it in a negative context, no, we will not let you harm us with this word anymore. Which is why, with the help of the academic community, queer has become an umbrella term for the entire LGBTQAIQA community. So I don't know if I've very well articulated my ideas, that I think it will take a cultural shift. And I think it's incredibly possible, and that I think that we're kind of having two different ways of changing words. But those are my views for now, especially considering I'm only running on 5 hours of sleep. But interesting conversation, and I look forward to your reply in either another video or in a PM. So, peace out.